see Alex do it. I honestly think it's going to be good for the sport. It's going to be great for him to achieve something that's never been even attempted. It's like seeing the first person climb Everest, a 4-minute mile, you know. I just want to see him do it.
Alex can absolutely knock him out, absolutely. It's quite hard to do that against Ciryl though. I've tried to do it myself, even though the fight was pretty short.
The highly anticipated UFC White House is just a day away, and fans are eagerly awaiting the mega event. Israel Adesanya backs Alex Pereira to become a 3-division world champion, saying it would be historic for the sport and bigger than any personal rivalry between them. He officially picks Pereira to win, ending his prediction with Shama.
Like leg locks too, like Gane knows how to leg lock. That was one of his earlier finishes. Even if he was fighting Godzilla, I want to see Alex do it. I honestly think it's going to be good for the sport. It's going to be great for him to achieve something that's never been even attempted. It's like seeing the first person climb Everest, a 4-minute mile, you know. Fuck, I just want to see him do it. I just honestly like, and people might think, well, people can think whatever they want, but I know there's people who don't understand what it's like to root for someone you've competed against. It's not about me. This is bigger than me. This is history. This is like to see someone achieve this and then you play a part in helping them get there. It's fucking cool, man. So official pick, I'm going Shama by Shama. Is that right or left? Left. I want to see him do it. And it's not a slouch. It's not a tomato can at all. This is the new age heavyweight. A guy with the footwork who can grapple, strike, you know, power, speed, head movement. It's a hard fight. It's a fucking hard fight at heavyweight. First time at heavyweight in MMA. So it's not gonna be easy, but like I said, I want Alex to get it done.
Building into the headline storyline, Alex Pereira is also excited to make history as he views a potential 3-division UFC title win as a landmark achievement, saying he has been visualizing the moment since the fight was announced.
Are you expecting, if you win, to get all 3 belts in the cage? And I guess how iconic would that be to have 2 over your shoulders and 1 around your waist?
Não, pô, muito especial, né? Porque vai ser algo
historical, something unprecedented, something that has never been done before. And ever since I got scheduled for this fight and this fight was announced, I've been envisioning it, and I've been thinking and seeing everything that I've been through in my life and everything that I've been able to accomplish. So just happy again with an opportunity to do something like this and just accomplish that.
On the other side of the matchup, Ciryl Gane expects a competitive clash with Alex Pereira at UFC White House, saying both fighters are already well aware of each other's skill. He believes the outcome will come down to who manages the fight better in key moments, and says he's confident he can land clean shots and potentially secure a knockout.
Yeah, and you also said there that I'm going to knock him out, which is what I would expect your prediction to be. I think a lot of us think this is going to be a stand-up fight. But I know you don't want to give away the game plan, but when you look at how your striking compares to him, do you see a lot of advantages for you?
It is a dangerous factor, like every guy fight, even in the top 10. But yeah, he have a heavy hands. Everybody know that. Everybody knows his skills. Everybody knows his skills. It's not a surprise. Now it's going to be the question is going to be who going to manage the world during the fight.
Yeah, no, Alex.
Everything you put on the internet is because you are very comfortable. So no, it's not. Yeah, of course, I can touch Pereira during the fight, and you can touch me maybe less. But we knew already it's possible.
Adding another layer to the buildup, fans are also concerned that Ciryl Gane might try eye pokes again. Alex Pereira says he is not worried about eye poke, but notes it is something Gane should be more careful about. He acknowledges it has happened before and suggests repeated incidents can create criticism and affect how people view a fighter's actions inside the octagon.
Are you expecting, if you win, to get all 3 belts in the cage? And I guess how iconic would that be to have 2 over your shoulders and 1 around your waist?
Não, pô, muito especial, né? Porque vai ser algo
historical, something unprecedented, something that has never been done before. And ever since I got scheduled for this fight and this fight was announced, I've been envisioning it, and I've been thinking and seeing everything that I've been through in my life and everything that I've been able to accomplish. So just happy again with an opportunity to do something like this and just accomplish that.
Shifting perspectives, Tom Aspinall sides with Ciryl Gane in a potential fight against Alex Pereira. Although he acknowledges Pereira always carries knockout danger, he believes Gane's speed, size, and movement could allow him to gradually break Pereira down over the later round, potentially winning on points or even securing a late stoppage.
Alex can absolutely knock him out, absolutely. It's quite hard to do that against Ciryl though. I've tried to do it myself, even though the fight was pretty short.
How do we see Ciryl Gane winning this fight? Is it only seriously on points? Is that what you think?
Depends. I think Ciryl can stop him as well. I think that it would be later in the fight though, if Ciryl did it. I think it'd be like round 4 or 5, maybe, because Cyryl's fast. He's faster than most light heavies, and he's a heavy, really big guy as well. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Imagine if they just grapple for 5 rounds. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? But I would think that it's going to be like a kickboxing fight with MMA gloves on, I would imagine. Prediction could go either way for me. I wouldn't be surprised either way. If I was leaning one way, it would be Ciryl Gane on points. If I was leaning a particular way, I wouldn't be surprised if Alex knocked him out though, either. But I would definitely lean more towards Gane on points.
Further adding to the debate, Kamaru Usman believes Ciryl Gane is being underrated, praising him as one of the most dynamic heavyweights in the division. He argues Gane has the skill set to succeed against Alex Pereira, pointing to his past performances at the top level and suggesting he can win if he performs at his best. Kamaru Usman said, after his fight against Gano, a lot of people underestimated his talent. I've always thought he was one of the most dynamic heavyweights in the division. He can do it against Pereira. He has the skills to pull it off. We've seen what he did against the champion Tom Aspinall. If he's able to give his absolute best, I don't see why he wouldn't succeed. Continuing the discussion, Wade Plemons goes against popular expectations of an Alex Pereira triple champ storyline, stating he is picking Ciryl Gane to win at UFC Freedom 50 despite fan support for Alex Pereira becoming a 3-division champion.
Ciryl Gane is probably the best athlete that Alex Pereira has ever fought. He is a natural heavyweight, meaning 250 pounds, big boy, and Alex Pereira is not. And yes, Alex has built himself into a heavyweight, much like John Jones has, but those two things are very different. A fighter that isn't a grappler, a fighter that predominantly is a power puncher that utilizes a lot of risky elements like hands down, head movement, right? Slip shot, bang, slip, bang, slip, bang. That needs speed, agility, and timing, and you're putting on massive amounts of weight to slow a fighter like that down. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Ciryl decision. I am. I just think he's such a freak of an athlete. I don't see Alex grappling him.
Turning toward broader implications, Dana White has suggested that a 3rd UFC world title for Pereira could even push him into the GOAT conversation ahead of John Jones.
You got, Pereira possibly winning his 3rd world title. If he wins the 3rd world title that night, he jumps over John Jones and becomes the greatest of all time.
However, Daniel Cormier pushes back slightly, explaining that while Pereira's rise has been incredible, he still needs heavyweight title defenses before being placed alongside names like Jones, GSP, and Khabib all-time debate.
I told him that I don't think that he'd be the greatest just yet. I think that he would need to defend the championship at heavyweight. He's defended 3 times at light heavyweight. Is it 3 times he's defended? Two or 3 times?
Yeah, well, he lost it and regained it.
Yeah, so it's like he's fought in that title for a lot of times, and I think that he just needs more work. But I do believe that being a 3-division champion is one of the greatest accomplishments ever. But to put him over George St. Pierre or Khabib Nurmagomedov, I don't think quite yet. John Jones, you guys know how I feel about that, so.
From a betting perspective, Stephen Barnhill Jr. describes the matchup between Alex Pereira and Ciryl Gane as one of the closest betting fights on the card, with slight odds favoring Pereira. He notes that the line is expected to keep shifting due to the many unknown factors, while adding that Pereira's power and hand speed could be even more dangerous at heavyweight, since he no longer has to cut weight.
This has gone odds-wise the closest fight on the card.
Yeah.
This is basically a pick on Pereira's like minus 112, 115. Gane's like minus 100, minus 105. So slight favorite would be Pereira, but those odds I expect to continue to move and shift. I'm constantly checking Call Sheet to see who the favorite of the moment is. So when they enter the octagon, who knows who will actually be the favorite in this fight. And for good reason, because there's so many variables and so many unknowns. We know Alex has tremendous power. And we know just common sense would tell us he's going to have more power when he doesn't have to weight cut, right? And from what I've seen in his training footage, his hand speed doesn't look like it's suffered from the weight gain. So I expect this to be the best AP we've ever seen.
Expanding on the tactical side, Stephen Barnhill Jr. says Ciryl Gane's best chance against Alex Pereira is to stick and move for a decision using his speed and footwork. However, he warns that if Gane stays in a long striking battle, it could favor Pereira's power and finishing threat over 5 rounds.
His best path to win this fight is a decision. I think if he sticks and moves and he uses his superior footwork and his superior quickness, because I think he's a little bit faster than Pereira, he can have some success and he can win this fight. Alex Pereira, and we did see Tai Tuivasa knock Ciryl Gane down.
Right.
So while a lot of people are sharing that, saying it's justification, you think this guy's the guy that's going to beat AP, it's a great point to make, right? But this is cage fighting. You can't do MMA math. Just because Tuivasa was able to knock down Gane does not mean that AP will be able to. But Pereira's got 25 minutes to get a finish on a guy who I think is going to strike with him for 25 minutes. So that bodes well in Alex's favor.
Similarly, analyzing the stylistic puzzle, Nick Barnhill calls the matchup between Alex Pereira and Ciryl Gane the hardest to predict on the card, noting it is essentially a pick-em fight. He highlights Gane as a difficult striking puzzle, but points out Pereira lacks the grapple tools to exploit Gane's key weakness, making the fight heavily dependent on a stand-up battle.
Pereira versus Ciryl Gane is the hardest fight to predict on this entire card.
By far.
And the prediction markets are all telling us that, because this is the only one where it's truly a pick 'em. We don't know how this one's going to go, mostly because we haven't seen Alex Pereira at heavyweight. And yes, he's one of the best strikers the UFC's ever seen. Dana White said that he will be the GOAT if he gets his hand raised over Ciryl Gane. I disagree with that, but I also know Ciryl Gane is a very hard puzzle for anybody to solve. And usually you have to go back to guys like John Jones, who realized very quickly that Ciryl is a nightmare matchup for anybody on the feet. But if you can get him to the ground, or if you can get control of him, you are going to take him to somewhere where he has a massive hole in the grappling, and that's where you can exploit him. Unfortunately, Pereira doesn't have that same set of skills, so he's going to have to get this done on the feet, which makes it a very interesting fight.
Offering a more technical breakdown, Sean Brady highlights Ciryl Gane's technical striking, size, and physical advantages, suggesting he holds the edge in most key areas. He acknowledges Alex Pereira always carries knockout danger, but still leans toward Gane based on the stylistic matchup.
Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane has the better, cleaner striking. Power for power, I think I'd still probably give it to Ciryl Gane. Movement, I'm giving it to Ciryl Gane. Size, Ciryl Gane.
What's the path to victory for Alex?
Have to knock him out.
Here's my concerns.
Yeah.
Will you have the cardio bank and the footwork still not being heavy like a tank in order to, cut him off and get that type of knockout? Are your punches still going to be as fast? What does Alex have to do? Does Alex have to create chaos? Like, to me, it all favors Ciryl Gane being a true heavyweight. I don't know who.
I would love.
This is Derek Lewis.
I want Alex to win.
Yeah,
but I just don't see him. I just don't see it.
Adding a strategic layer to the matchup, Luke Thomas suggests Ciryl Gane could mix in early wrestling against Alex Pereira to disrupt his striking rhythm in the opening stages of the fight. He adds that both fighters may test clinch work early on, using cage pressure and positional grappling to slow the pace, sap energy, and prevent each other from settling into clean striking exchanges under high-pressure conditions.
We know Gane's also been really working on his grappling. Is there a chance that you see him sort of diving at Alex Pereira's legs, just off what you're saying with the lights and the heat at some point in this fight?
Yes, and he might do it early given the lights and the heat, honestly. They might start out just right away, like, we don't want to wrestle much in this fight. We don't want to wrestle much. But when we want to wrestle is right at the beginning. Because maybe after that they feel like it's going to be a lot harder, or who knows, they don't want to risk it. They want to go right after him, make him work, make him try to stand, make him care. That's the other part. Oh, you want to carry your own extra weight. Imagine if you can start getting him to carry Ciryl Gane's extra weight. Now that dude is just, putting his chest to the center of your back and just leaning on you. Like, dude, this is a lot. It's a lot. So, obviously these factors affect Ciryl Gane too. Maybe he can't deal with the heat as well. Maybe a guy like Poatan, You know, it doesn't bother him at all. Like,
From a stylistic angle, Michael Bisping frames the matchup as a collision between Alex Pereira's championship ambition and Ciryl Gane's refined heavyweight skill set. He points to Gane's rare blend of size, fluid movement, and technical striking, arguing that those traits make him an especially difficult stylistic problem for any fighter stepping up in weight.
Poatan is going up. He's trying to become the first ever 3-weight division champion by taking out Ciryl Gane, right? The former interim heavyweight champion of the UFC. A man that is a gigantic heavyweight. A man that is very light on his feet. A man with knockout power, a lot of grace. He moves like a ballet dancer. He's used to taking shots off bona fide heavyweights, and he's also used to knocking out gigantic men, right? People like Derek Lewis, like Taito Avasa, massive meatheads that don't have the skill of Ciryl Gane.
In a similar vein, Francis Ngannou raises concerns about how Pereira would cope with Gane's speed and lateral movement at heavyweight, suggesting the transition could expose stylistic gaps. He ultimately edges toward Gane, crediting his sharp technical execution and ability to control range as the key deciding factor.
So do you favor Ciryl?
Yeah, I do.
And the heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall, he's actually expressed interest into boxing you one day. Would that ever interest you?
Well, but for that, he needs to be free.
Yeah.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
Before that, everything is just hypothetical.
Offering a contrasting view, Jiří Procházka believes Pereira's sharp striking and added physical strength at heavyweight could be enough to break through Gane's mobility. While he acknowledges Gane's footwork as a genuine challenge, he still views Pereira as a serious finishing threat in the division.
Who do you think is going to win between Alex and Gane?
Ooh, let the better win, but I believe Alex can do that. Alex can do that, especially how I saw them. I saw when I saw him, like his weight is going up, and he's strong enough to and in a stand-up, I believe he will be better. But Gane is a lot of movement, yeah, for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You have a very soothing voice.
What?
Likewise, Jan Blachowicz expects Pereira to successfully carry over his timing and movement despite the move up in weight. He argues that Pereira's speed and precision may remain elite at heavyweight and could be enough to overwhelm Gane, even going as far as predicting a second-round knockout en route to a title run.
Last one, Alex Pereira and Ciryl Gane. I'm curious, you fought Pereira. How do you see that fight playing out?
We'll see how we're gonna, he is big right now, so we will see how he's gonna move in this division. But I think he know how to, even if he's so big, he know how to move very good, very fast, good timing, and maybe he will knock out the Ciryl Gane. So this is my opinion. Second round KO, and he will be, champion, yeah, because this is title fight.
Interim title, yeah.
Adding a more skeptical perspective on Gane, Dylan Danis questions his championship-level credibility, suggesting his reputation may be inflated ahead of a potential clash with Pereira. He sides with Pereira, emphasizing that his power and pressure could translate even more effectively at heavyweight and lead to a statement win.
He should be main event. Come on, he's going for 3 belts, but it's Ciryl Gane, man. No one wants to watch Ciryl Gane anymore. Get that guy out of there. How many times he's been in the title picture? See, heavyweight is so bad that he's the guy that's always on top. Like, it's crazy. And he's so boring. I hope Alex just chins him and then 3-time world champion.
Yeah, first one to ever do it. 3 divisions.
I can't wait. And then it would be him and Aspinall, I would imagine, right? I know his style, and I think he'll definitely knock out Ciryl Gane. And I think he could take the fight wherever he wants. I think people are going to be surprised that he is a lot. I mean, people know he's well-rounded, but he's very well-rounded that he doesn't show. So it's going to be a very tough fight for Ciryl Gane, and I think Ciryl Gane in big moments kind of freezes up, even when he fought John Jones. He had a terrible fight, his last one against Volkov. I think Alex is going to surprise him everywhere, and now that he doesn't have to cut weight. When I was training with him, he was fighting 85 or 205, and he was stronger than he's one of the strongest people I ever felt in my whole life. I've been training 16, 17 years, so couldn't imagine him a heavyweight.
Bringing the breakdown to a close, Grant Dawson favors Gane based on his elite footwork and range management. He also warns that Pereira's aggressive search for a knockout at heavyweight could leave him open to being controlled and outmaneuvered over the course of the fight.
I think Alex can win, but it's hard for me to bet on a guy that has fought at 85 and is now fighting at heavyweight. Ciryl Gane's footwork is very impressive for a heavyweight. I know he's not the most exciting fighter. Me and him got a lot of that in common, but I think his footwork's going to be too good. I think it's going to be really hard for Alex to hit him without getting caught on the way. I'm taking Ciryl Gane. And it's like, okay, you know, is his power going to, you know, move up with him? And the answer could be yes. But if he can't hit the guy, I think he's going to slow down a bit more because he's carrying that extra weight. He's trying to knock the dude out. And I feel like Gane is going to have good footwork. He teeps really well. He counters really well. So I'm picking Ciryl Gane.
As the UFC White House event draws closer, the debate continues to split fighters and analysts right down the middle. Some see Pereira's power and momentum carrying him toward a historic third division crown, while others believe Gane's movement, size, and technical control will be too much to solve over 5 rounds. If you enjoy great games like this, make sure to subscribe for more UFC analysis, fight reactions, and full event coverage as the action unfolds.